तू चलता चल, तू चलता चल, तू चलता चल.
Your dad is around, Raima?
Yes, sir.
बुलाओ यार उनको. Sir, Sarkar sir, welcome.
Sir, good morning. How are you, sir?
I am absolutely good. What a pleasure it is to see you here, sir.
Yeah, the pleasure is all mine, sir.
आपका तो हमने फेस टू फेस इंटरेक्शन राइमा से हुआ, रिया से हुआ, आपसे तो हुआ नहीं. अब हो रहा है आपको, मैं अब देख रहा हूँ.
Sir.
You from your when I see you, आप अंग्रेजों के जमाने के जेलर लगते नहीं है बिल्कुल. Very nice, sir. Sir, it will be great if you could share some of your experiences with No Frills Academy and your own experiences. You have two lovely daughters, very competent daughters, and who have worked and who I knew they will get selected. They've got selected. So what has been overall your experience in all these things in their journey, because you've seen them functioning. I mean, at a more closer quarters than I have been. Of course, I monitor their progress, which you know. So what's your experience, sir? Please help, just share it for the benefit of these kids, sir.
Sir, I've been following you for a very long time, and I was always looking to meet a person who speaks his heart. Because the moment you interact with somebody, he or she is more concerned about cracking the SSB. SSB was not about cracking at all, sir. SSB was a natural flow of what you do in your regular life, whether you are trainable or not. And the most important thing is, Kisa, your upbringing and my upbringing, they're totally different from the upbringing of these kids. They live in very false kind of a thing where they are wanting to accumulate maximum likes and maximum shares and maximum, that social media stuff. And they don't have real friends. Virtual friends are galore. So who is the one who is going to improve them? It is finally the parents who are going to inculcate some sense of discipline into them. It is a hard thing. And the biggest of all is for a person, sir, jo acha hai, wo to acha hai, sir. The thing is good. But to realize that these are my negatives, that is the biggest hurdle. And the moment you realize that this is wrong with me, half of the battle is won. And then you can improve. You don't even know what your negatives are. And then you set about doing things what the other person has been doing or the other person has done. I don't think it makes any sense to follow those kind of beaten paths. And secondly, you've got to make your own path. So when you make your own path, then you become original. People at the SSB, they will never tell you as to what is wrong with you. Whether or not you're trainable, that is good enough. They are wanting to check the dynamics of whether what you think is what you say and what you say is what you think. If it is coming from the bottom of your heart, and they have got thousands of hatkandas, the SSB people, they're trained to do that. They're trained to do that. We don't need to know what the SSB is looking for. The SSS are looking for. So they would take the thing out of your stomach and put it out in the open, but they will not tell you. They will keep you guessing as to why I'm rejected and why I'm not recommended. Not rejected, not recommended. So introspection, and if you've got a life sorted out, then I don't think you'll have any difficulty in SSB. Any difficulty. Because the moment Ria interacted with you, all that I could see was you were pushing both Ria and Raima into territories which was uncharted for them. Just going about doing physicals, definitely. Going about reading current affairs, definitely. Going about reading literature, newspapers, definitely. So once you start getting into the habit of doing something which you have never done before, even a small thing like getting up in the morning at a particular time, not late, but early, and doing your chores, and then you hit the gym, hit something for your own improvement, push your own limits. You know that these are the things which are wrong with me, and you don't require an accident to tell you that the helmet is necessary. So you can wear the helmet even before. And this is not SSB, just a subset of life. SSB just one thing. People go to the corporate, it is the HR chap who actually determines whether or not he'll fit into the system. And here your mansa, vacha, and karma, you don't find amalgamation in that. They will throw you out. And you'll keep guessing for the rest of your life as to why it was like that. But the moment you get a life sorted out has got no complications actually. We've made these kids have made their lives complicated by a small thing like this. This is one thing which can make the life very, very complicated. So that is one principle I followed, that do your basics right, get your basics right, do everything in moderation, and life is sorted out, sir. And the second and the most important thing that I've been telling my kids, and also I've heard you telling, that in SSB, sir, SSB is something that everybody is very conscious about. Let's be very honest, sir. Everybody goes there for selection. Everybody wants to get recommended, and they have very high hopes कि मेरा क्यों नहीं हुआ, या मेरा कैसे, या उसकी कमीज मेरे कमीज से सफेद कैसे, that kind of a thing is always there. So if a person is there in a group, and army is all about groups, sir, and we've had some excellent seniors like you to teach us and guide us through army. And if you've been helping the other person in achieving their goals, your life is sorted out, sir. That you will keep yourself grounded, sir. The moment you're off the ground, there are problems which are coming in your way in a big way. That is how I take life as it is, sir.
Thanks for sharing your views. Bacho, any questions you have from Colonel Sarkar?
Why other person has to tell us that you have a capable to do things? Why we don't realize at a certain point of time that yes, we can do it? Why are we depending on others to give us the views that you are competent and you can do it? At certain point of time, we don't realize these things, and it becomes so late, sir. Why so, sir?
Sir, should I?
Please, sir.
Yeah. It's a simple thing like having a traffic policeman at the same. You don't follow the traffic lights. Those are the people. And when you start doing this small things, it becomes a habit. And when it becomes a habit, then you try and justify that habit. And you will go all out and defend it very, very, even at times violently. A traffic violator is caught by the traffic policeman, not because he did not follow the red light or the traffic system. He'll catch a person who deliberately flouts the rules. And because it's a matter of habit for him. The example of helmet that I gave, you don't need an accident. But sometimes we get so influenced.
Sarkar ka wo video is quite effective. Abhishek, I will take on from where sir was speaking. You see, thing is that at times, what will happen is, because we are living our lives, that is fine. But to have a very clear self-concept is a problem. I also don't have a very firm, clear concept, neither you have. That is where I've written the first essay. Na, who am I? Padha
Yes,
aapne?
sir.
Padha,
Yes, sir.
na? Padha,
Yes,
na?
sir.
So, there are sometimes some inputs from external agencies, environment do play a role. Both
Yes,
negative,
sir.
both negative and positive.
Hmm.
Like, I was observing as a junior officer that the culture in the defense forces is that the Jawans, JCO will not give a negative feedback to the senior. Primarily, the reason is because they are pursuing their selfish interests, and they feel that if they give a negative feedback to the senior, then he will take it personally and it will hamper their progress in their career.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And not looking at the organizational interests. Fine. So it was always a struggle for me till I commanded battalion that I had to tell my jawans कि मैं बेवकूफी कर सकता हूं क्योंकि मैं भी आपके जैसा ही हूं. It is definitely the organization has promoted me. I have my own self-doubts. I may have experience, that's why I've been promoted. But I am also as much human. So I request all of you that in case I am going in the wrong line, please advise me. Please tell me. Because when the battalion does something which is not okay, you are also party to it.
Yes, sir.
So now the thing is that a lot of us don't do it. It is, primarily because of ego, arrogance.
Yes, sir.
होता रहता है हम सबके साथ. That is why you would note in No Frills Academy, there is a No Frills Academy has a culture. No Frills Academy has got a very free, open culture. अब बात करो यार.
Yes, sir.
You are aware that बात सुनी जाएगी. और आपको ये भी पता है नेहरू नेवर क्लेमिंग कि मिस्टर नो ऑल मैं ही हूं. हुई नहीं. Because it's a fact. Mr. Noel नहीं हूं मैं. I'm just like you. That's all. Like what Raima was saying. For me,
Yes,
just
sir.
that I'm older, yaar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The cumulative experience I've gained is far more. That's it.
Yes, sir.
मतलब मेरा कोई potential, I know it as a fact. मेरा potential Raima से बहुत कम level का था जब when I joined. I know it now. So that is what it is, So sometimes, this external feedbacks also have relevance.
Yes, sir.
और आपने वो भी सुना होगा हमारा या उसकी बात भी हम करते हैं the self-fulfilling prophecy experiment.
Yes, sir.
पढ़ा ना?
Yes, sir.
कि the students को जिनको बताया कि वो competent है, they also started feeling competent and they actually did well. If this little bit of, booster from a senior, if it works, well, why not?
Yes, sir.
You getting the point? If the
Yes, sir.
senior need not be unrealistic, but he can do that because it's a fact of life. The self-fulfilling prophecy does work.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Yeah,
Yes,
sir,
Thank you, sir.
you have got disconnected.
You got
So,
disconnected.
without taking your permission, I was answering on your behalf.
Absolutely,
Go
sir.
ahead, sir.
You are an authority, sir. I am not.
नहीं सर, अथॉरिटी बिल्कुल नहीं है. मैं अभी यही बोल रहा था इनको कि मैं जो हूँ, आई एम लर्निंग जस्ट लाइक यू पीपल. आई एम ऑल्सो progressing in my life exactly as you people are. It's just that because I'm older, तो मेरे पास experience ज्यादा है. It's as simple as that, sir.
Absolutely.
आप बोल रहे थे सर, you were saying something to Abhishek को answer कर रहे.
I don't know. He बोल रहा है. Yeah. Why do we require
एक्सटर्नल फीडबैक की इंपॉर्टेंस क्या हो जाती है? अपने से ही खाली जो है ना अपना your own introspection, internal assessment. Sometimes it is needing little bit of external validation. So that was
always
very
sometimes, yes, external validation to put the things back on perspective, you require those people, sir, who can be devil's advocate in your life.
Absolutely.
So if it is all tiki boo, then the social media is the best thing. But if somebody tells you something which you don't want to hear, suddenly you unfriend him, as they call it in the social language, unfriend or whatever, or block him from your life. That's not the real point in this thing, sir.
Absolutely. तभी तो सर वो कहते हैं कि हर लीडर को अपने जो है क्रिटिक्स को तो सबसे नजदीक रखना चाहिए।
बिल्कुल सर।
वो कर नहीं पाते, वो कर नहीं पाते। आपने भी देखा फौज में कर नहीं पाते, नॉट फौज, क्या सोसाइटी में ही कर नहीं पाते।
We all come from the society, sir, and parents more often than not have to play the devil's advocate to tell where things are going wrong, so that थोड़ा बहुत अगर आसपास चला जाता है सर, from outside it may look like I am the thing, सर, जैसे मिट्टी के घड़े बनते हैं सर, बाहर से उसको पीट के बनाया जाता है, but only the parent knows that एक अंदर से हाथ सपोर्ट का दिया हुआ है सर. So that is how things are, sir. Introspection is required. That is why this SSB has this test called what do you think that your friends think about you? Friends will never tell what they think about you. They will be at their abusive best. But what do you think that your friends think about you, or what do you think that your parents think about you? It is asking for the candidate's perception and not the parents' perception.
Absolutely.
जो सोचते हैं वो सोचते ही हैं सर.
हाँ.
So whether or not you are getting the picture clear as to what are their intentions, so तब तक तो then they draw a blank only.
Absolutely.
So you've been an assessor and with so much of years of experience behind you, and the kind of training that you've had to do, and that is the reason why you.
Sir, I will tell you, for me, life has been very simple actually. Right from school से क्या NDA क्या वो, I was observing and I'm seeing कि यार क्या कुछ सीख सकते हैं, क्या how can we make things better, and I have found so many things very laughable. जैसे NDA का है squadron spirit.
Correct.
वो जबरदस्ती थोपते हैं आपको squadron spirit. इसे देख nation ना, देश गर्व करो and all that, जबरदस्ती का.
अपने को सॉर्ट आउट किया नहीं है सर. तो वहां पे आई हैव आल्सो ट्राइड टू कीप माय लाइफ वेरी सिंपल, सो जस्ट कंसंट्रेट ऑन द बेसिक्स.
हाँ सर, तो उससे बड़ा वो है, एंड सीखने को बहुत मिला सर. लाइक सिलेक्शन सिस्टम वाज ब्यूटीफुल. आई लर्नड अ लॉट फ्रॉम द सिविलियन साइकोलॉजिस्ट. आई लर्नड फ्रॉम माय कमांडेंट्स. तजुर्बा था उनके पास, जनरल थे अच्छे, एंड ओपन फ्रैंक आई वाज डिप्टी, तो कमांडेंट के बोर्ड में था, तो रहे नहीं जनरल मित्रा वगैरह से काफी अच्छा इंटरेक्शन रहता था. लॉट टू लर्न फ्रॉम देम. तो ये है सर. और मेन बात वही रही कि जब भी सर मेरा कैंडिडेट के साथ किसी के साथ असेसमेंट was not congruent with some of my psychologists, I made it a point, I went to their office and I said, यार डोसियर निकाल के मुझे समझाओ ये हमारा lack of congruence क्यों था. And that was very good education. तो वही है सर, ईगो छोड़ दे अगर हम अपना ना आ जाए अपना कि भाई बताओ यार क्या है, तो a lot of teaching is there you can get from people.
Right now that I'm in the ECHS, sir. ECHS is a great leveler in life. It's a great leveler. You just give back to those people with whom you've rubbed shoulder throughout your this thing, and whom you've taken oath and allegiance to protect from the external aggression. So it's a great leveler. So you find all those generals and everybody said they're at the receiving end right now.
Absolutely.
It grounds you. I have taken Raima also, sir, how to keep people grounded. I have taken Raima to ECHS number of times, and I have asked her to do jobs which normally people would not like to do. You know, even sitting at the reception, issuing tokens and issuing this thing, going to the pharmacy, cleaning up that thing, and then coming. It keeps one grounded, and I could see the change that was slowly getting inculcated into her. Every small little thing helps to keep one grounded, sir. हवा में उड़ने की जरूरत तो है ही नहीं, sir.
बिल्कुल नहीं है सर. You know, I was listening to Djokovic's interview. तो उसको एक ने पूछा कि यार तुमने नडाल से क्या सीखा. उसने कहा मैंने नडाल से तो बहुत कुछ सीखा ही है, मैं जो ये नए नए जो बच्चे आ रहे हैं टीनेजर, इनसे भी बहुत बहुत सीख रहा हूँ. That is why actually then you realize that is why he's Djokovic.
Absolutely, absolutely.
He's learning from all of them, but he's having his self belief also.
Yes, sir. The more we learn about something, the more we come to know how less we know about that, sir.
Absolutely,
How
absolutely.
less we know about that. And जब ये भूख रहेगी सर, कुछ भी हो सर, कैसे भी हो, ये जो भूख है सर, that is not a भूख, it is an attitude.
Sir,
it is an attitude. This attitude has to be developed in these candidates or these kids. Sir, एक तो ये COVID has done a lot of damage to them, but it has done damage to everyone.
That is
Now,
that.
you will fall, sir. You will fall. जब आपने और मैंने जब boxing करी थी सर, it was not important to get important to hit the other person. कितने बार मार खा के जमीन पे गिरे हैं, कितने बार वापस उठे हैं सर, जब तक वो मार मार के हमको बेहोश नहीं कर दिया किसी ने.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So that is how, sir, what is your attitude to get back when you're absolutely down in the dumps? कोई होता है कि सर SSB में इतना ज्यादा मसरूफ हो जाते हैं कि one rejection, they find it very difficult to handle that kind of a rejection. And external feedbacks, of course, is necessary. And the realization that these are the areas which are थोड़ा सा shadowy zones में है, I need to brighten it up. And not superficially, sir. Not superficially. अंदर से.
गड़बड़े तो बहुत होती हैं सर. आप ये देखिए कि वो लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल साहब थे, उन्होंने सुसाइड कर लिया था पूरा सेरेमोनियल ड्रेस पहनकर.
सर.
I mean, he couldn't take supersession.
Correct.
मतलब एक्सटर्नल इमेज और उससे इतना ज्यादा अटैचमेंट हो गया था. यू कैन इमेजिन एट दैट स्टेज, दैट एज. तो प्रॉब्लम तो होती है सर. बट आई मीन
ये जो बच्चे जो हैं,
लेट अस स्टे ग्राउंडेड. जैसे मैं सर, मेरे को जैसे ना बोलते थे अच्छा यार तुम तो एसएसबी के एक्सपर्ट हो. सर जब एक्सपर्ट सुनते ही ना मैं एकदम घबरा जाता हूँ. मैंने कहा मैं बेवकूफ, मेरे को एक्सपर्ट बोल रहे हैं. But you know, because I know मैं कितना जानता हूँ. When you start doubting this, actually you are better off. I'm sure if Rahul Dravid doubts कि मैं बैटिंग अच्छे से समझता हूँ कि नहीं समझता, it is good for him.
Good for him.
If he starts thinking कि यार मैं एक्सपर्ट हो गया, I have all the answers, then he has the problem.
That is why Tendulkar said, sir, that he was always a student of the game, never master. We made him the master, little master and this master, that master. He always said that he was a student of the game. We remain, oblivious to how people have, pushed us into that higher pedestal or whatever. But we should know, sir, उससे धोखा नहीं खाना होता है इन बच्चों को. People may have done very well because जैसे कोई भी तुर्रम खां होता है सर, IIT में जाता है, वो ये सोचता है कि IIT में I've cracked and I'm a master in mathematics or physics or chemistry. उसको IIT में जाकर के सर एक उसका बाप मिल ही जाता है, एक धुरंधर एक और मिल जाता है उसको, मिल जाता है. That will सभी को मिल जाता है सर, सभी को मिल जाता है. A sword of honor. Yesterday in the IMA passing out parade, one of my course-mates son got the sword of honor, Banerjee, Mihir Banerjee. Now I've known Banerjee because he was not only IMA में मेरा company type, but he was also Noshera ka, he was my platoon type, sir.
Okay, sir.
So I know what kind of a man he is, sir. He is very grounded. Both his sons are in Fauj, and after him probably I am the only one in my course whose both the kids are going. I'm not very sure of that, but definitely, sir, we've known what actually एक दूसरे का skeletons तो जानते ही हैं सर हम लोग. But the common thing is, sir, we've learned to remain grounded with whatever we, because we found very, sir, ये social media नहीं था हमारे टाइम पे, तो सोसाइटी का कोई ज्यादा परवाह नहीं थी हमारे को.
नहीं, सोशल मीडिया का जो है,
us yours were enough to sort us out, sir, and company commanders.
नहीं, सोशल मीडिया की जो आपने बात की, आप लाइक्स को ही मत देखिए, डिसलाइक्स को भी देखिए.
Absolutely.
है ना, वो भी देखिए, उसमें भी दम होगा.
बट वही हमारे लाइक्स और डिसलाइक्स सर, हमारे कंपनी कमांडर्स एंड 2IC एंड सीओ तक तो पहुंचते नहीं थे सर जब हम यंगस्टर थे। वो 2IC के लेवल, कंपनी कमांडर के लेवल पे सॉर्ट आउट हो जाता था हमारे, बिकॉज सीओ वाज गॉड लेवल।
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that was always like that, sir. So it is very important for introspection, self introspection. Sometimes a feedback from the environment is very important.
Is helpful because there can be gray zones in self-concept, both positive and as well as negative. और दोनों ही खतरनाक है, दोनों ही खतरनाक है। अंडर एस्टिमेट करना भी बुरा है, ओवर एस्टिमेट करना तो बहुत ही बुरा है।
बहुत ही बुरा है। हाँ, बिल्कुल सर।
You are seeing what is happening in the country, the overestimation.
I know what you are saying, and I even can hear
I know you
what you are not
understand.
saying.
Anyway, bachcho, any other questions?
Sir, I just wanted to ask how to handle failures, because sometimes it so happens that you are following the process, you are doing everything right, but you are not able to achieve, like you are not able to clear the SSC. So it becomes very difficult to stay on that path and continue it after failures.
हाँ सर, आपका व्यू
आप बताइए सर।
अच्छा, मेरा व्यू ये है, देखो क्या होता है, once you encounter a failure, SSB को छोड़िए, जिंदगी की बात करते हैं, फेलियर हो सकता है। अब आप पे फेलियर आया, टेक अ फ्रेश लुक। तो क्या हुआ, सी के क्या क्या था, कहाँ गड़बड़े नहीं, अपना इंट्रोस्पेक्शन किया, टेक इनपुट अगर मिल सकता है कहीं से। नाउ decide whether you need to change the strategy, your weightages toward the things which you are doing, to getting balance in your preparation on that. See that if it is required. If it is required, then do it. And once you have done it, take your time, be deliberate, कोई urgency नहीं है। उसके बाद have faith in the plan that you have prepared and go ahead and execute. ठीक है ना? But more often than not, what is happening is कि एक इशू क्या है ना, ये पानी जो है ना, ये उबल तो 100 डिग्री पे जाके है, ये 98, 99 पे उबलता नहीं है। तो you are almost there, but you don't know कि you are almost there. So when you are in such a situation, it makes sense कि आपको लगता है कि कोई खास गड़बड़ नहीं है, प्रोसेस तो हमारा ठीक ही है, then have faith in the process and continue with it. That is exactly what Dhoni has been doing with Chennai Super Kings, and you see how many titles they have won. They are not the most talented.
Yes.
और सर आप तो गनर है ना सर?
नहीं सर, सैपर हूँ सर।
सैपर, हाँ सैपर है। नहीं तो गनरी की एक मुझे बात ध्यान आती है, गनरी की एक वो होती है कि अगर राउंड जो है वो 50 गज से लाइन में भी 50 गज से कम 40-45 के हो, करेक्शन की जरूरत हो, और इन दूरी में भी जो है करीब थोड़ी बहुत ऐसी हो, तो वो कहते हैं ऐसे में करेक्शन कोई मत दो, दोबारा फायर करके देख लो। डोंट गिव अ करेक्शन, जस्ट चेक, maybe the round has not played up properly, because if you give correction, it may be an over correction and you will cause problem for you.
That is why the concept of that being an area weapon, sir.
हाँ सर, एरिया वेपन है ना, एब्सोल्युटली इट इज एन एरिया वेपन। तो अगर वो 35-40 गज इधर उधर गिर रहा है, तो उसे करेक्ट मत करना शुरू कर दो ऐसे। So that is what my point was about this, कि सेल्फ डाउट्स जो हैं वो 100 डिग्री तक नहीं पहुंचे आप अभी। जैसे रायमा के केस में था, शी वाज थिंकिंग कि हल्के में काम हो जाएगा, 60 डिग्री पे ही निकल जाएगा, बॉयल तो 100 में होना है रायमा, एम आई राइट?
जी सर।
200% right.
अब तो रायमा तो फंस गई बेचारी, पीछे बाप नहीं, but be frank and express your views, Raima.
Sir, my take is almost similar to your take, sir, on this.
Yeah.
Only thing I would add is कि एक बार गलती होती है, एक बार पता लगता है कि ये गलत हो गया, दूसरी बार में ये फिर से ये किया, फिर से गलत हो गया. If we keep doing the same thing and you keep getting the same results, then unless you change the way you do things, you cannot
Absolutely.
expect
Then you have
change
to
in
change.
that. You'll
Then
have
you
to
have to change.
change, you'll have to evolve, you'll have to
Yeah.
change, you'll have to also keep your eyes and ears open as to what others are doing and what kind of results they are getting, and what are you doing and why you are not getting any results. Sometimes things may be beyond your control. So that also one must understand ki what is within my control and what is not within my control.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
For example, ये जो एसएसबी में अभी नया स्टार्ट किया है सर, ये व्हाट इज दैट, शुरू में स्क्रीनिंग स्टार्ट किया है सर. हमारे टाइम पे तो स्क्रीनिंग
हाँ,
वगैरह
हमारे
था
टाइम
नहीं.
में स्क्रीनिंग होता था इसका.
So that screening start किया है. And suddenly when the topic is discussed, as I've come to know that then there is a whole lot of screaming and shouting and थोड़ा सा fish market atmosphere हो जाता है. But at the same time, the assessors are also giving them a minute to narrate their own stories.
Absolutely.
So this is something, this 1 minute is your time. You have full control over it. You must
Absolutely.
exercise your option there. Whether or not the other person decides to scream and shout and do whatever markets the thing that he wants to do, that probably is not in our control at all. So
Absolutely.
whatever was in my control, I've done that. So
Sure.
and be content with that. And because SSS देख रहे हैं, SSS भी जानते हैं, they put in so much of hard work and so much of training and so much of drilling process that they've gone through. They can
सर
see
हमारा
the purpose. I
सर
don't know whether
हमारा
the
सर
screening process
हमारा
is very foolproof or not. I don't know.
it is not a very scientific process, but हम तो experienced है, हम उसको ही लेंगे ना जिसको हम देखने के chances हैं select होने के.
Correct.
Why will we take out a chap who we feel कि इसके
Absolutely.
chances भी हो नहीं पाएगा, तो we'll take him
हाँ,
out.
और उसको
But
पूरा
जिसको
5 दिन
लगता है
तक,
कि ऐसा potential है, we'll take him in.
हाँ, और जिसका हो नहीं पाएगा शुरू में ही पता है, और उसको 5
हाँ,
दिन तक बिठा के राशन खिला रहे हैं. I don't know.
हाँ, so why we will waste time?
Exactly.
Yeah, क्योंकि all these things you see for that matter sir, even the techniques जो है all अपना psychology interview and GTO, they are scientific processes, but practical application is an art. So art does come, and that is why experience matters.
Experience matters. Sir. What pains me more is when these candidates are preparing for SSB or this thing. I see them lot many of them. वो सर ऑफिसर लाइक क्वालिटी क्या है सर, उसको घोटते रहते हैं सर.
बकवास सर.
उसको घोटेंगे. Oh, am I showing bravery? Am I showing courage? Am I showing determination? Am I showing this that? सर उसी में मार खा जाते हैं. और वहां पे जब असेसिंग चल रही होती है सर, that is playing in their mind in a big way, and so they lose themselves en route. This is what I would urge with the people who are attending this
absolutely
meet.
Sir.
I mean, you don't forget what you are and who you are, and you have your own personality. There is no fixed personality that is being checked. Whether or not you are trainable in the academy is what is being checked. So that is how things are. And SSB is just one part of the whole thing, sir. There are so many facets of life. Because यहाँ पे क्योंकि वो 5 दिन तक चल रहा होता है, तो people think that this is the best and yeah, whatever.
So when you are proximate to a thing, it appears big deal, you know.
So it all boils down to that. This is what is my 2 cents on this, sir.
And it's just so nice of you to have joined up, and Raima से भी and आपसे भी sir, यही request है, please remain in touch. It has been a pleasure knowing you people.
Yes, sir.
It was a pleasure knowing you and with your guidance, sir.
Thank you,
अरे
sir.
नहीं, guidance है.
Both my
But
daughters.
before I allow you to go, Yogita, do you have any questions from Raima and sir?
No, just what will you advise for the person who has exhausted all the attempts? And now I'm with Nehru sir, but now no more defense attempts.
देखो, SSB has a specific requirement for the armed forces. यहाँ पे and that age is also there where you're trainable and things like that.
I'm out
But
of age.
definitely, as they tell you in SSB also, every time you go to the SSB, they'll definitely tell you. Even Amitabh Bachchan and Rahul Dravid, they came for the SSB. Even Rajnath Singh came for SSB. Even Abdul Kalam came for SSB. Okay. It is not that they are godlike. Okay. Soldiering is a noble profession. So is any other profession. Any other profession. You do with integrity. That is all you can do. Do your work honestly. Do your work with integrity. Don't get into small little things. Think about the larger picture as to ये. And always अगर कुछ कर रहे हो, उसमें ये मान के चलो कि what is the worst that is going to happen in this? इससे ज़्यादा क्या होगा? So then probably even you know when people join the academy, so they are at although everybody's cleared his SSB and medical and PABT and whatever merit, and they are at various levels. They are all at various levels. So why is this ragda given in the academy in the first few days or weeks or months? Why is this ragda given? Because the instructors have been taught in the academy that zero level se shuru karna hai. So if anybody is below that zero level or anybody is above that zero level, they are in various, because nobody is black, nobody is white, everybody's got shades of gray. सबको पहले जीरो पे लेके आना है, तो ऊपर वाले को भी धक्का देके नीचे लेके आना है, नीचे वाला जो नीचे चल रहा है उसको भी धक्का देके जीरो पे लेके आना है. Because I have been taught in a particular manner कि जीरो से ही चलना है. Can you take instructions? Yes or no? If you can, fine. Are you trainable? Yes or no? Otherwise, academy से भी लोग भाग गए हैं. Academy से भी भाग गए हैं. SSB can train you to a particular, assess you for the particular things, for the parameters they set themselves, or it is scientifically put. However, people are doing wonderfully well outside. They're doing wonderfully well. And वो कोई किसी से कोई कम नहीं है. तो कभी-कभी तो SSB क्लियर करने के बाद एकेडमी से भी जो लोग आते हैं, मिलते हैं, कभी-कभी वो बोलते हैं सर मैं कॉर्पोरेट में ठीक था, यू नो. तो ऐसा नहीं है. कॉर्पोरेट has also got its own struggle. ना, ये कोई मतलब फौज से कम नहीं है वहां पे. And you're working very hard in the corporate to keep yourself afloat. Even in Fauj, it is like that. But then there are different, these are different professions. जैसे teachers हैं, जैसे scientists हैं, जैसे police है, जैसे corporate वाले हैं. You know, software making. It's not an easy process. Just because they're sitting in front of a computer and doing things, it's not an easy process. So कोई किसी से कम नहीं है. कोई भी किसी से कम नहीं है. MBA वाला जो करता है. Can you imagine? I can't imagine myself me doing MBA. So there is no I mean looking it in a manner कि ओ मेरा नहीं हुआ तो क्या हुआ. I think nothing. There are no options can never get exhausted. फौज इस जब फौज के इंटरव्यू में भी जाते हो, they also ask you. Nehru sir would vouch for it. They ask you कि what is your alternative? यहाँ पे नहीं हुआ तो फिर उसके बाद क्या? Am I right, sir?
We definitely ask.
हाँ, इसके बाद क्या? Do you have your options open? So never say that my options are closed. Options are never closed. We are still fighting. Nehru sir आज भी मेरे ख्याल से, sir you go for BPT these days also? 5 kilometers से दौड़ते होंगे सर आप?
Yeah, I keep training.
Even I do.
Problem आपकी तरह है. Actually मैं injury करा लेता हूँ अपनी overtrain करके ना.
Sir.
So that keeps happening with me. Otherwise I keep.
So this is a constant evolution. We are never short of. अगर injury से अगर मेरे को अगर बैठना पड़े, बैठूंगा तो फिर भी नहीं. कुछ ना कुछ तो करता ही रहूंगा. So options are not closed at this age also.
Yeah.
So तुम तो भी बच्चे हो. How can options get closed right now? Fauj was one of the options. Could have been priority one. Priority one हमेशा तो नहीं मिलता है. In battle also, Nehru sir is from infantry, and we do lots and lots of planning. Red land, blue land, and ये land सब कुछ कर लेते हैं. And what happens in the battle? what is the first casualty? It is the plans which are the biggest casualty. Whatever you have planned, you can never execute that plan. So what is your alternative? You go ahead with the next alternative. How fast you switch from one priority to second priority, or from second to third, is what makes you and me identifiable in the environment. Not that we are seeking approval from the environment, but it is that way only. We need to get up and we need to exercise our options. Second option, अगर option है, first option नहीं हुआ, तो second option को second option तो अपने आप ही first option बन गया तुम्हारा. Now work towards that. But थोड़ा सा दुख होता है, but लेकिन उस दुख को अगर छाती में पाल के रखोगे, then तो it was more of a hindrance then. It is not letting you go forward. So why do you want to do that?
Yogita, what has happened in the past has become part of history.
That is
and
history.
Nobody has got any control over it.
We just said that, sir. We can do things that are in our control.
That's it. Let us focus. अब क्या कर सकती है योगिता, वो कर. That's it. And things will work out. That's the beauty of life. It gives us a lot of chances.
And sometimes those chances are even better than what we had thought earlier.
Sir, Nadal, he spent 1 year continuous losing qualifying rounds. He did not make it to the main draw. And first time he made it to the main draw was in Roland Garros French Open. He went on to win that French Open.
Nadal is one example. What about Usain Bolt? Athletics was not, sprinting was not even his priority anywhere. All he wanted to do was play cricket.
Yes, sir.
All he wanted to do was play cricket. Somebody saw his bowling action and the run up to the bowler's end and bola ki, why don't you try athletics? And he went and fought with his mother ki mere ko nahi karna. Somebody saw his potential, and that was not even priority 2. Uska to koi priority tha hi nahi. And look at the wonders that he's done for himself.
Yeah. And then people that time was there कि ये 6 फुट से ऊपर वाला आदमी 100 मीटर के लिए ठीक नहीं है, स्टार्टिंग
100 मीटर के लिए ठीक नहीं है. And he was not a proper runner. उसका जो एक्शन ही गलत था.
Of course,
एक्शन ही गलत.
Because he was 6 feet 5 inches, his starting always was slower.
Always was slower because he had to get up so much further than anybody else.
But he realized that what he had was, if by 50 meters he could catch the front guy, the race was over. Nobody could catch him after that.
And he worked only on that. He worked only on that.
50 मीटर तक अगर वो साथ पहुंच गया आगे वाले तो उसके साथ तेज आगे next 50 nobody can run faster than him.
Nobody can beat him, and that is what he's worked on. That is what he's achieved. If you see the purane videos of Usain Bolt and naya wala videos of Usain Bolt, there is a difference in the style of running. And that is how it is. You take examples. गलत examples लेके मत चलो जिंदगी में. ऐसे वाले examples लो which motivate you. If you emulate wrong examples, probably that is not the right example you're taking. Sir, जब हम लोग डिग्री के लिए जा रहे थे, I did my engineering after coming to Forge because SAPers में हम लोग करते हैं यहाँ पे. So we were very, very skeptical because there was one officer who had got RTU'd from degree. हमारा CO सर जो थे, उन्होंने हमको बोला है, and we were the 2 officers were getting coming to CME, College of Military Engineering for degree. And हम लोग दोनों ही बोल रहे थे कि सर हमने तो पढ़ाई ऐसे इंटेंस पढ़ाई तो बहुत पहले छोड़ दिया था, अभी कैसे पढ़ेंगे, ये करेंगे. देखो सर वहाँ वो वाला ऑफिसर जो था वो हमसे सीनियर था, he has got RTU'd and ये वो. Nobody wants to get RTU'd in a course. So the CO said only one thing: if I can do, anybody else can do. And you are taking the wrong examples. उसका क्यों सोच रहे हो जो एक आदमी जो RTU है? RTU is return to unit for all those people who don't know. You're taking all those wrong examples. 5,000 में से एक आदमी return to unit होता है, बाकी 4,999 they clear it. You decided not to take the example of 4,999 people. You took that example of one chap. So the problem lies with me. You got that, bache? Sir, it was very nice interacting with you. It is always a pleasure interacting with you, sir.
Always a pleasure interacting with you, sir. And thanks a lot for sparing your time and being
not-
available. We caught you in your vest. So, so,
Raima pushed me out of the door.
yes, sir, yes, sir. So he said, let us get sir also to share his experience. Thanks a
Yeah,
lot, sir. for
she's
sharing your
just
time.
packing up. She's just packing up for the 16 that she has to leave.
All the best. All the best.
Raima, beta, all the best. Please stay in touch. And thanks all of you for attending the session. I hope you carry the lessons which you learned through
See you,
the
sir.
interaction with
Cheers, sir.
Raima. Bye, sir. Bye-bye. Take care. And Colonel Sarkar, all the best, all of you. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.